Hello and a very warm welcome back to Celestia Astrology. My name's Sonia and this is the start of a new series where I'll be looking individually at each of the sun signs and looking at their placements, their zodiac signs, to give you more information and an exercise that you can return to regardless of the current transits in the sky, so that you can return and work with your individual placements, your sun, your moon and your rising sign, so that you can align more deeply with that and get to know yourself, and when you feel that things are changing you can also ground yourself more deeply. So first we're going to be looking at the sun in Libra, because that's the season that we're in currently. And in Hellenistic astrology, the sun in Libra holds a profound significance. It symbolises a turning point in the year, a very pivotal time. Libra is known as a cardinal sign, which means that it occurs at this turning point. These turning points occur either at the time of the equinoxes or the solstices, where we mark a change in the year, the turning points of the seasons. And so for Libra, we find ourselves at the autumn equinox. And that's the change, and this is a time of action and energy. And Libra is a cardinal sign, so this is how we mark this, because of this energy, this initiating energy that brings this autumn season into being. Libra is an air sign that's ruled by Venus, and so it's bringing forward the Venusian qualities of balance and harmony, gentleness, the softer side of Venus. It has masculine energy. She rules Taurus, which has a more feminine yin type energy, and then Libra is more outgoing in its manifestations, so that's why we say it's a yang expression, or masculine as in it's more outgoing, so the manifestation might be more out in the world. It's more concrete actions that are visible and made manifest in the world rather than inner and reflective. It's also an air sign, which is regarding our thoughts, feelings, sort of the way we communicate, the way we think about things, and the way that we see things and create out of these thoughts, and the way we bring ideas down from the ether into the material world. So with Libra, it's represented by the scales, and that's how this time of year is marked, at the time of the harvest, where we're symbolically looking at what we've already planted in the year and we've grown and then harvested, and now it's time for us to assess what have we achieved in this first half of the year, what have we gathered, and what do we now store to take us through those winter months, those cold, barren months where the trees are bare, where everything goes into hibernation, and we're dependent on these stores that we've built up over the summer months. And it's important that we take stock of that and we can see how much there is. Will it last us for those months? So this is the balancing of these scales now, where we see, has the energy that we've put in balanced with what we're reaping, what we're gathering from that energy that we've put in. So as these scales balance, Libra seeks this harmony, this beauty and equilibrium in all aspects of life. And that's why it's such a balancing time for us. We've been through the spring and the summer when we enjoyed those long evenings of lightness, and now we're reaching this time where we're aware that these evenings are going to get a lot shorter. There's going to be a lot more darkness, and in the ever eternal ongoing battle between the lightness and the dark, we just pause and take a breath at the moment, and to rest for peace and for harmonious relations may mean that you let problems ride for too long, that you avoid addressing any potential conflicts, and that can be at a detrimental cost to yourself and to others around you. You may find that it's difficult to make decisions, that you put that off, and you may be easily discouraged. You can be talked into leaving something. So we're going to move into the AstroMindfulness exercise now, which I hope will help you find the balance in yourself. So I'd like to invite you to make yourself comfortable, whether you're sitting or lying, whatever's most comfortable for you. You may want to close your eyes, or you may want to just take a few deep breaths and just let your eyes gently float downwards, and just rest your gaze on one fixed spot. Just breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Imagine as you breathe in that you're drawing in the energy of the universe. And as you exhale, release any tension or distractions around you. Breathe in. As you do so, you're breathing in the energy of the universe. As you exhale, you're releasing the tension and distractions that you've held on to from your day, from your week. Just release and let them go. Become aware of the sounds around you. Can you hear some louder sounds in your immediate vicinity? Can you gently stretch your awareness out to hear the quieter sounds that may be slightly further away? Can you bring them to your attention? And then can you release that attention and bring your attention back to your breathing, knowing that those sounds are there around you, but you're not going to focus on them now. You're going to release that attention to those sounds, and you're going to return your attention to your breathing. Now imagine that in front of you there's a candle burning. Just watch the flame flicker gently. And bring to mind the qualities of light and dark. Maybe you can only see the flame against the backdrop of darkness. Because in order for there to be light, we need there to be darkness. There has to be light to create a shadow. Reflect for a moment on what this means for you. As you do, call to mind the qualities associated with the Sun in Libra, and think which ones come naturally and easy to you. Maybe there's some that you have to work a little bit harder at. Think about how easily diplomacy comes to you. Have you been told that you're charming? Do people tell you that you have grace? Do you have a deep desire for connection with others? Do you find that you're a natural peacemaker? Do you seek to bring harmony to your relationships and your surroundings? Do you find that you're unsettled when that isn't possible? As you gaze at the candle, can you reflect about moments in your life when you've embodied these positive qualities of Libra? And now can you think about a time when embodying these qualities was a really positive thing and brought happiness and peace to those around you? Can you remember an event when it felt really good to be able to embody all the qualities of Libra? Can you sink into your senses now as you remember that event? Can you visualize the scene with your eyes? How much can you see? Can you see yourself? Can you see others around you? Can you see more about the scene? What can you hear? Do you hear the noises? Do you hear the conversations that you had? Can you smell? Were there any smells associated with that time or that event that were significant? Were there any tastes involved that you remember? See if you can remember and call to mind the tastes. And was there any touch involved? Do you remember any textures that were particularly strong in the event? Do you remember anything that you touched or that touched you? Bring to mind all these 5 senses to make the scene that you're remembering really come alive. And visualize yourself really embodying all these positive qualities of Libra. And now know that you can always feel like this. If that helped you to feel confident and secure and knowing that you were the best of yourself, remember how that felt. And think now about how you can nurture and enhance these qualities further to be the best that you can be. It would be good to feel like that again. It would be good to feel like that often. And you can. In astrology, we're aware that each sign has shadow aspects. It's necessary for the light to have darkness, and it's necessary for each sign to have shadow aspects that we're not always conscious of, but they're things that we can be aware of and bring to our consciousness about our nature. And we can work to improve those things. They may not all apply to you, but if you recognise yourself in any of these, be honest and just hold that vision of a time when you behaved in a way that you're not so proud of. For Libra, this can include indecisiveness. It can sometimes lead to people-pleasing tendencies or avoidance of conflict, a sacrifice of oneself just to keep the peace. Can you consider a moment when you've experienced any of these shadow qualities in your own life? How have they impacted your own well-being or your relationships? How did you feel at the time? Did you know that you could behave differently? Do you know now that if the situation came round again, you might make a different choice? Acknowledge these aspects without judgment. In mindfulness, we don't judge things as good or bad. They simply are. These events are part of your journey towards balance and self-awareness. And we need that shadow in order for there to be lightness. And just breathe and release those times now that you've called to your consciousness. You can release them. And if you've remembered something that you're not so proud of, maybe you can remember to try to do it differently next time. Libra is ruled by Venus, the planet of love, beauty and pleasure. Venus often bestows a love of art, creativity, aesthetics and sensuality upon people with the Sun in Libra. As we work through this exercise, allow yourself to bask in this beautiful Venusian energy. As you breathe, imagine yourself breathing in this beautiful, harmonizing, peaceful energy. Visualize the beauty in your life, maybe in the very small things, in the details, and it may be in the larger things as well, in the people in your life that you love. It may be external, and it may be internal. Take a moment now as you breathe to recognize where there's beauty and harmony in your life. Do you always appreciate it? How can you cultivate more love and appreciation for the world around you? You spend a few moments in reflection. The planet Saturn is exalted in Libra. Saturn is the planet of limits, restrictions, of boundaries. Saturn can crystallize things, can teach us lessons. In Libra, Saturn will highlight the disciplined and structured sides of this sign. Can you reflect now on the importance of discipline and boundaries in your life? As you breathe and you gaze at the candle flame, consider how Saturn's wisdom can help you navigate challenges and maintain equilibrium amidst life's fluctuations. We thank Saturn for the lessons that he brings us. He always leaves us a better person than he finds us. As a cardinal and yang sign, Libra embodies initiation and leadership. As you breathe and you stare into the flame, can you connect with your inner drive and find your sense of purpose. Have you always been able to feel this? Breathe into your inner drive and your sense of purpose. Do you feel it getting stronger as you breathe? Breathe the energy of the cosmos into your inner drive and your sense of purpose. And breathe out any resistance that you have to knowing your inner drive and your sense of purpose, and allowing it to take you where it will. And take a moment to reflect now on how you might harness this energy, this inner drive that the Sun in Libra, in this cardinal sign, asks you to take action. How could you use this to set intentions and initiate positive changes in your life? Are there changes that you've been wanting and waiting to make that this time will truly support you in making? There's nothing to do now, nowhere to go or be other than breathe. So just breathe, visualize the candle, but imagine that you're ready to step forward boldly and bravely. That you're fully connected with your inner drive, your sense of purpose is renewed. You're ready to step forward now. You're ready to make positive changes in your life. Does the candle light the way so you can see what those changes are starting to look like? Having reflected on the shadow side and the positive side of Libra, have things come up that you want to change? How will you pull all this together? And what's the very first thing that you want to do? Can you create a vision in your mind of where you'll be next year when the Sun comes back to Libra? And now breathe energy into that vision so you can create it and make it so. Breathe the energy in to create this vision, and breathe out, releasing blocks to creating this vision. Breathe in, creating this vision. And breathe out, releasing blocks and fears to creating this vision. Breathe in, creating this vision of you where you want to be in 1 year. And breathe out, releasing blocks and fears to creating this vision. As we look around, we see that the seasons outside is in a time of transition. The trees begin to change colour. We see all the variations in the autumn colours. Just before nature sheds its leaves and forms a carpet of leaves on the floor. Symbolically, she's offering us a chance to shed what we need to release in our lives to achieve greater equilibrium. By doing this work we're doing, have old patterns or beliefs come to mind now that it would help you to let go of, to make space for the new growth, to achieve your vision. Just like a tree sheds its leaves every year, the tree is unchanged. The tree will come back stronger in the spring. And so you too can shed the old patterns. You can become aware of them. You can become aware of that shadow side. Do things differently. You can learn more about yourself. You can learn about unconscious patterns that you were doing that you hadn't even realised. And you can focus on the vision of where you want to be. And realise what you need to release to make that happen. And again, as you breathe out, just visualise yourself releasing as a leaf falls from the tree and spirals down to the ground. So you just easily let go of those patterns. You easily let go of those behaviours, creating space for the new growth that you want to make. And so you're ready to journey on through the winter months of rest, consolidation and planning before the light returns again in the spring. Take some breaths because you've been doing some deep work here. Know that you've absorbed the lessons of Libra, the balance of the light and the dark, the influences of the planets, Venus and Saturn, and the cardinal yang energy of the autumn equinox. Know that you can embrace both the light and shadow aspects of your sun in Libra, and that you can continue on your journey of self-discovery and harmony. Keep breathing. Bring your awareness back to the present moment, back to the room that you're in. Back to your body. And just sense down your body. Does it feel balanced? When you're ready, just stretch out your arms. Move your fingers around. Stretch your legs and move your feet and your toes. And gently open your eyes. I really hope you enjoyed this AstroMindfulness exercise. And I hope as a Libra you'll enjoy going forward knowing more about yourself and your sign. And I look forward to seeing and hearing your stories, maybe, if this has helped you to make some changes in the coming year. Thank you. If you're enjoying my work, I'd like to just remind you that my books are open for astrology readings, astro coaching and mindfulness coaching. Through the art of astrology, I can help you gain an insight and a deeper understanding of yourself, your relationships and the journey that you're on. We can analyse the positions of the planets at the time of your birth, and by doing this we can uncover the unique blueprint that influences your personality, your strengths and especially your challenges and life's purpose. Whether you're seeking guidance on your career, your love life, your personal growth or indeed any other aspect of your life, astrology offers a profound way to explore the energies at play. During our session together, we can dive deeper into the details of your birth chart. We can discuss the significance of the sun, moon and rising sign for you, and look at your planetary placements and, more importantly, their relationship to each other and how that's playing out in your life. I can help offer insights into the current astrological transits and help you navigate life's transitions and make informed decisions. If you like, this helps you to live life more in flow with the universe rather than trying to swim against the current. Astrology is a tool for self-discovery and empowerment. It's about recognising your potential, embracing your authenticity, and making the most of the energies that are surrounding you. So if you're at all curious about what the stars and the planets have to say about your journey, I'm here to guide you through this celestial map that is your birth chart. And if you'd like me to help you with that, I do offer a 15-minute free consultation where you can ask me any questions that you'd like to know before committing to a reading, so you can decide if I'm the right astrologer for you. So I'd love to meet you. If you think you'd like to go ahead with that, just click on the details at the bottom of this recording and you'll be able to see where to find me. Thank you.